Hello everyone, this is your teacher Sandra. Welcome to my class. Today you are going to review and learn everything related to Unit 9. You ready? So let's start. In this part, we are going to share and learn what we're going to practice and learn this unit. For starting, we are going to practice the grammar section. In the grammar section, you will learn how to use comparatives, superlatives, article, and making guesses. In the vocabulary part, you will learn about nature, the outdoors, and animals. In the reading part, you will learn and read about green ideas, understand an article about experience in the wild. In the listening part, you will listen to a radio program about green ideas, listen to people discussing quiz questions, and watch an extra from a documentary about the Northern Lights. In the speaking part, you will learn, talk about green issues, give your views of life in the city or the country, and talk about different animals, talk about amazing animals. In the writing part, write about our views on the environment and write a travel blog. Let's see. To start, I would like to share with you what is a definition of nature. Nature is all the animals, plants, rocks in the world and all the features, forces, and processes that happen or exist independently of people, such as the weather, the sea, mountains, the production of young animals or plants and growth. The English level of this word is A2. So you can see different pictures related to nature. Now, as you know, I like to pick a quote about the topic, and in this part, I picked this one. Look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. This is a quote about or of Albert Einstein. Now, in the part, you will see the material on your books on page 88 and on 158 to compare these three pictures: vocabulary, nature. Working pairs discuss example. Have you ever swum in an ocean, river, or lake? Have you ever walked in a desert or a rainforest? Have you ever climbed a mountain? In this part, we are going to study vocabulary about mountain range, lake, waterfall, river, desert, ocean, and rainforest. So you can also change the word river or other places in order to practice the sentences. And the recommendation is to look at photo bank on page 158 to complete the vocabulary. Next, we are going to see some vocabulary about nature: ocean, lake, river, waterfall, mountain range, desert, glacier, rainforest, and coastline. What's your favorite? In this part, we are going to listen a conversation and we are going to complete from A to C. And what do you think it is happening? Listen to the program and find out the three green ideas. Pay attention.
Unit 9, Nature. Recording S9.1.
Hi, and welcome to Green Ideas. Now, the problem with some of the traditional ways of saving the environment is that they can be really boring. So today we're looking at ideas for protecting the environment that are a bit different. And we think they sound fun. Our first project is called Hug It Forward. This great project started in Guatemala, where communities decided to work together to build schools out of old plastic bottles. In the first project, over 1,800 kids from the region filled 10,000 plastic bottles with bits of plastic, food wrappers, and other garbage or trash found in the streets. They then used the bottles as bricks to help build a school. By the time they had finished, they had a new school and the area was a lot cleaner too. Now the idea is spreading, and around the world more communities are using the bottle school technology to build their own schools. What a fantastic idea! And here's an idea for those of you who enjoy going out clubbing. The Surya nightclub in London was one of the first eco-friendly nightclubs in the UK. The club has a special dance floor that uses the movement people make when they dance to generate energy. The dancers manage to produce 60% of the energy that the club uses for light and music. The owner of the Eco Club had another great idea. If you walk or cycle to the club, rather than using a car or public transportation, you get free entry. I love it. And our final idea for today is the story of Soul River Park. It's getting more and more difficult to find green spaces in cities, so when Dr. Ki Huang had a crazy idea to take down the city's main highway and uncover the river that flowed below to make a green park, most people thought he was crazy. They told him that his idea would create traffic chaos and would be a disaster for the area. But Dr. Huang went ahead with the project and created the 5.8-kilometer Green River Park. It's a place where the residents of Seoul can walk, relax, and really enjoy the city. And do you know what? People are happier, and there's a lot less traffic chaos than before. It just shows that sometimes even the craziest ideas can work.
Very good. As you can see and listen, three green ideas that are spectacular. Now let's continue. In the next part, you have to correct three mistakes and read. What is your favorite green idea? Hug It Forward, Club Soria, or the Soul River? This is also part of your third forum, and you are going to pick one green idea and save it as a voice note and record it and send it to be graded. Do you like it? Very good. Now they say three mistakes and correct them. Now, in the next part, I'm going to ask you the question: do you recycle? Why or why not? In this part, you are going to answer the eco survey. What can you do to protect the environment? Write two more questions. Do you recycle? Why or why not? Do you usually walk or take the car? Do you grow your own food? Do you think nuclear energy is a good or bad idea? In the next part, we are going to listen and practice the superlatives. So we have to study the rules. Use comparatives to compare to things, people, or situations. With short adjectives, we add er or r to the end of the adjectives plus then. With longer adjectives, we use more before the adjective, and we also use less or than plus noun to compare things. We have an observation here. For adjectives ending with y, like happy or y, change or drop a y and add IR. Example, the area was a lot of cleaner. 2, people are happier than before. 3, it gets more difficult to find green spaces in cities. 4, more communities are building their own schools. And 5, there is less traffic chaos than before. Now in this part, we are going to complete the chart, comparative and superlative. When we compare people, animals, and things, we use adjectives, but in English they are classified by long, short adjectives and long adjectives. So we have a type of adjective, an example, comparative and superlative. Type of adjective, one syllable. Example, cheap, we add er, cheap plus er, cheaper, and the superlative, the plus adjective is the cheapest. Adjective with two syllables, we add IER, quiet, plus ER, quieter, and the superlative, the plus adjective, the quietest. What happens with adjectives ending in E? Like safe, we add only R, safe plus R, safer, and the superlative, the safest. Adjectives ending with Y, like friendly, we drop or change the Y and add IER. Example, friendly, friendlier, and the superlative, we made the same. We drop the Y and add IST, the friendliest. And adjectives with one syllable, like consonant, vowel, and consonant, like big, we double the final consonant and add IER. Example, big, bigger, and the superlative, the biggest. What happens with adjectives with two or three syllables? We, like in this example, interesting, we add more or less plus adjective. more interesting or less interesting, the superlative, the most interesting, and the least interesting. And every rule has an exception, and we have irregular adjectives. They are called irregular because they don't follow any rule. So you need to learn them by heart. Example, good, bad, and far. Good, the comparative is better and the superlative the best. Bad, the comparative is worse and the superlative the worst. Far, the comparative is farther and the superlative is the farthest. Look at the observation. There are different ways to compare one things or more things. Superiority, much, a lot more, plus adjective, plus than. Example, A is a lot more expensive than B. Equality, the same as plus adjective plus as. Example, A is the same as B. Inferiority, in this part we are going to use as a negative. No as, so plus adjective plus as. Example, A is not as big as B. And it is possible to use comparative with nouns like more, less plus noun. Example, he has more money than we thought. And it is common to use the superlative with the present perfect. Example, it's the best restaurant I ever been to. So my recommendation is to study and practice and this is the way that you are going to learn. On page 89, we are going to listen and complete the chart or the table. Pay attention.
Unit 9. Recording S9.2.
1. Long, longer, the longest. 2. High, higher, the highest. 3. Healthy, healthier, the healthiest. 4. Difficult, more difficult, the most difficult.
Very good. You can see two short adjectives with each rule that we studied before. Listen and check your answers and please read it aloud. In the next part, we are going to listen, stress syllables, listen, repeat, and underline the stress syllable. Pay attention.
Unit 9. Recording S9.3.
1.
It's the most beautiful place I've ever been to.
2.
It's hotter than I expected.
3.
The food is cheaper than at home.
4.
It's more dangerous than I thought.
So you can see there is a more than one stress syllable. Let's continue in this part. The recommendation is to work in pairs and read the sentences. So we have 8 sentences using the word stress. Pay attention again.
Unit 9. Recording S9.4.
1. I'd like to live in a rural area when I'm older. 2. The north of my country is an area of natural beauty. 3. Where I live, there is a lot of beautiful scenery. 4. I went camping in a national park. 5. We visited the Wildlife Center. 6. I'd like to visit a tropical rainforest. 7. My country has interesting geographical features.
8.
I like being out in the fresh air.
So this is a time to practice the words involved and read it. Next, we are going to practice vocabulary related to animals. We have 21 animals and they are classified into categories: water creatures, big cats, reptiles, insects, birds, primates, and mammals. So we are going to see water creatures: shark, dolphin, whale; big cats, cheetah, lion, tiger, and leopard; reptiles, tortoise, crocodile or alligator; snake; insects, mosquitoes, spider, fly, and butterfly. In the bird section, pigeon, penguin, eagle, and ostrich. In the primate section, chimpanzee, monkey, and gorilla. And in the mammal section, sloth, elephant, cow, camel, and bear. Do you know what's your favorite animal? Well, I like dolphins, I like tigers, and I like chimpanzees. What's your favorite? Next, I'm going to remember. Practice, 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 and practice, because practice makes perfect. It was a pleasure for me to teach you this unit, or the first part of Unit 9. For your attention, thank you very much. I hope to see you in the next class. Bye bye.